Me and Mangareader were actually talking about something about this on the prior recording that didn't record. Shut up. We were talking about that Naruto is actually a male-eccentric manga.
That too.
And that the
yeah,
men are
and
supposed to be the most powerful, and they're supposed to be. Yes, yeah, I don't agree with it, and people are like, well, women should be equal. Yeah, they should be, but it's not the point of the story. Naruto and Sasuke are supposed to be the main focus, so they're supposed to get the most attention out of the entire series, out of any character, including that of Sakura or Kakashi or anybody else. Now, there is the example of the reverse. I've seen many manga just as well where the females are the eccentric. Look at Sailor Moon, where where you have Tuxedo Mask. He comes in and you think he's going to be all powerful and fight and stuff like that, but what does he do? All he does is come in, throw a single rose on the ground, give some kind of lecturous speech, and then Sailor Moon proceeds to kick ass. He doesn't do anything beyond that. And when he does finally get a battle, he loses. He gets his ass kicked. And I remember him getting his ass kicked in the only battle.
I actually saw that. I actually remember that too. Go on, though.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying it happens on the reverse as well. If it's a female-centric manga, then the females are going to be the one to kick more ass than the males, no matter how powerful the males could be or how many opportunities they could have to fight for themselves. And it happens in Inuyasha too. Look at Kagome, where has the power of a priestess, and she could actually do all these different things. But who's always the one that ends the battle? Who's always the one that wins the battle?
Doesn't she usually get a lot of damsel distress anyway?
Yeah, she becomes damsel distress.
I've been talking for a while.
Yeah,
I've just been letting you guys been talking. What the heck, man? No, I'm being too polite right now.
Shut up. No one asked you.
Oh man. Aw.
But I'm just saying that, like, there's many manga where it's been the reverse, where the females were the eccentric and the males were seen as pretty much useless. So this is not something new.
Reality has to set in that if you want a female-oriented manga, start reading female mangas then. Or mangas aimed more towards
read
teenage
Fruits
girls.
Basket, Sailor Moon,
Or
now before
Maid Sama or whatever, which I haven't been reading lately, but it's actually not a bad manga. Anyway.
Tokyo Mew Mew.
But is it
Inuyasha Mama Maid Sama? That's actually not a bad manga.
Isn't Inuyasha a female demographic, or I'm wrong with that one?
Maybe it is, but who knows? Well, maybe because it's fan service for females. Who knows? If it's not fan service related, half the time it's action related, which a lot of times is more aimed towards male.
Well,
the male demographic, which at points would then normally, like Dragon Ball Z was male demographic. Henceforth, a lot of the guys, actually only guys, till around Videl, and even then, after a while, Videl was like totally just a subtopic for Go.
But DBZ was just pure guys, if I recall. Like,
well, there was Bulma and Dragon Ball, and then there was.
But she was only, if I remember Dragon Ball perfectly well, she was only relevant in the first arc when you really think about her.
Yeah.
The second one was the tournament.
Yeah.
Second saga was the tournament with Krillin being introduced. Then,
although she was in the background cheering, but again, a lot of times they get put off. Yeah. I'm just saying that a lot of times if it's male oriented, you're gonna have guys more or less controlled on.
You're not gonna see that many female characters or a lot of focus on the female. And before you say anything more, anyone else, let me just tell you one other thing. If you say something like this other manga, they do that, well, there's the consequences. The consequences is fan service. And when and honestly speaking, I feel like they only use more female for the sake of fan service, more so for the sake of showing that a female could kick ass. I'm not saying they don't, because they can kick ass. I'm just saying it's the demographic view of how they work. Shonen Jump, you're gonna get a lot of male characters, and then if there's a lot of female characters, they're gonna be served as fan service. I mean, how can I take serious with like manga like Fairy Tales or Kenichi if they keep throwing fan service right in my face? Because that's the manga name, right? I try not to mix up the other K name. the
But the big
discipline
history of the strongest discipline
Yes,
Kenji.
yes.
I think
Yeah.
Kaze no Stigma has a good example of this.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
The main female cast is supposed to be the next line in her family to be the most powerful, and she isn't. She has the Raiha, which is the most powerful blade in her family, and yet every time she faces off against these demons that she herself is supposed to be taking out, it's always Kazuma that either has to combine his powers with hers in order for her to defeat it, or he's the one that defeats it himself.
The blade, the blade is synthetic or whatever.
Yeah, so
oh man, I can't even remember.
So there's an example of a story where the female is supposed to be powerful, and yet when it comes to real problems that she has to face, she's never alone in overpowering them. It's always the male that has to help her out.
The male sword.
Yeah, and the thing is, her potential to be stronger is there, but she only does it when she's not thinking about it. Like, it's a subconscious power that she never unleashes unless she's in really high emotions. She can't do it on purpose yet.
That's kind of like Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
Her suit. Well, they call it a sailor dress, whatever. Senketsu.
That one is like, that one already established is going to be a female protagonist. So it's like, you expect everything developmental and everything, like power up and everything crazy.
But I mean, it's the male support or whatever in this case.
I know. I'm just saying,
but it also is a female dominance. So I mean, if you want that kind of thing, which I ended up watching all 24 episodes in 3 days because I waited till the series ended to actually watch all of it.
Yeah.
After hearing everyone around me saying, "Oh, hey, this was a great episode. This was a great episode."
Yeah.
Look, I think, I can't. There's some mangas that has a good balance, but the thing is, some of them actually don't last too long, and it actually ends before they even say, "Okay, you should have ended 500 chapters ago."
You mean like One Piece taken up till like what, chapter 600 or whatever to become part 2 or something like that? It was like, whoa, come on. This better not go to 1,000 chapters.
Yeah, now and let's not forget, like, the character design for female is like now hourglass indication. It's like, let me look at the hourglass. Okay, there we go. Times jaw and perfect.
And with each consequent chapter, we're gonna make her breast bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
I just like how Bleach and One Piece are basically, in terms of character usage, the same as Naruto. I mean, they have their different stories, but you have your main protagonist, and then you have your like two main side characters.
In a way, when you could have two main characters. No, you could have more than two main characters, but like the first two main characters are gonna be the one that's gonna be heavily involved. A long time ago, I thought Bleach would have Ichigo and Rukia, but unfortunately, it's not just
basically.
It basically turns out. I mean, you can still say for Ichigo only, but it basically turns out Ichigo plus all rather than Ichigo plus this person. Now it's Ichigo plus all because everybody gets the same attention.
But not everyone gets the same power, so to speak. I mean, certain characters. I know, I know what you mean. Everyone gets their own
moment,
like own battle to try and make you out to be equals. But at the end of the day, one character is a big above the rest.
Right.
I think the only characters that don't really have any meaning are Ichigo's human friends, who you barely see.
Yeah. Like, especially since this arc is the last one, it's like, well, it feels like we don't have any time for this human getting explained more than just be like, oh, they came from Fullbring, some crappy arc that nobody really likes. Which
that felt like a filler arc for some reason.
It still does to me, and I guess I can't blame people why they all dropped it. I mean, I didn't drop it, but man, there was so many pissed off fans.
Well, it was a complete drop from what was just the arc before then.
Yeah.
But even now, the current arc is basically the Waco Mundo arc retold, but instead of the Hollows, it's now the Quincy.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a huge group, a huge faction, like
And
more than
they're
10
stationed in Waco Mundo. It's like, whoa, come on.
It's the thing with Bleach is always going to be a war scale size. With the irony that the battlefield doesn't get destroyed as much as they could. I mean, this arc is starting getting there, which is finally. But last arc, this winter arc, is like nobody got damaged when you truly think about it. And I mean, even into the town, because that town is fake. It's not real, so it's not no harm's done. So yeah,
But
it's always gonna be like.
Well, what I was gonna say is that with just about all mangas, you have your main character who is again gonna have heavily focus and who's going to shine most of the time, and then you have one or two extra characters who are going to have also a lot more screen time than certain other people,
right?
Who are also going to shine more or less. Probably your rival or something. Like in One Piece, it's Sanji and Zoro, but in this case, Zoro tends to get just a little bit more than Sanji because he was there first.
Both of them are always going to be portrayed as fighters, because that's how the anime always fillerized. It was like, okay, when we do fillers, we're gonna have Zoro and Sanji be in front line with Luffy. Everyone else, we think of something. That seems to be always the case. And it's I understand. In stream abilities, it's true, but I don't know. You don't need to do that all the time. I'm pretty sure you can always come up with something different, which they do. I give them that, but some of them. It's okay.
But then you don't hear people complain about Nami and Rico not always getting to do stuff. It's like, oh, hey, let's complain about Sakura because she's not doing enough. But when she does do enough, it's complete assery. It's too much. Whoa, I can't believe this. That's way too much, even though I wanted that much.
You know what I want to know? I want to know a fan that's both a fan of One Piece and Naruto, and then try to fight me with the argument of Water 7 arc. No, Endless Lobby arc. Same thing. And tell me, okay, if you're going to complain about this, I kind of asked for, if you want to call it asked for, so can you tell me how Zoro could do this and how Sanji could do that and everybody else who keep getting a new ability out of nowhere? Because that arc was the only time where the One Piece characters got new abilities like that. I didn't see them train. I didn't see them to do this. Why didn't he do this before? How can he even do this? How glitchy this world can be. In fact, I thought devil fruit what makes you get power. Instead, you could just say, well, I didn't eat devil fruit, but I could break a wall. What? I don't understand this universe. I mean, I understand, but I don't understand how it completely works, which I know it's supposed to be a fun enough adventure, but sometimes you just wish you know it so you could understand that this moment is possible. But okay, you couldn't defeat that guy because you don't have this move, or you got to do a huge sacrifice because you don't have this move. But apparently they have all the move they could require. Just do it. It's like I could multiply 3 Zoros. How could you do it? I just did it. Why should you care?
And that brings up what James and I were talking about the other day. If James wants to bring it up about all the whole Sakura training thing, if you want to talk about that, James, or if I want.
Oh, you mean the big long ass post I did against Nate and Dark?
Yeah. If you want to remind everyone, hey, so the discussion, Sakura training.
Okay, so the discussion was, when it comes to Sakura, was who actually were the students that surpassed the teachers.
Oh God.
And my argument was that if you really look at it, Sakura is the only one to ever surpass her teacher, and I'll explain why. In terms of raw power, Naruto and Sasuke have definitely surpassed practically almost everyone in the ninja world. Save for Madara, but he's a juicer. He juiced himself up more than anything. So
he's just not. He doesn't count.
Yeah,
because he's got the power of ass pull on his side.
Yeah.
We call it plot, but it's really ass pull.
Which Sasuke's pissed because that's his thing, you know. But Like, when you think about from student to teacher, and I'm talking about Jiraiya to Naruto, Orochimaru to Sasuke, and Tsunade to Sakura. You have Naruto who learned from Jiraiya frog summoning and sage jutsu. Now he surpassed him in sage jutsu, but he hardly uses the frog summoning. He never uses frog techniques, and he's never learned any sealing techniques.
Well,
Something that Jiraiya actually knew about, and all these other frog techniques that Naruto has never used, never done anything of that sort. He does have wind abilities, and he's never used anything wind related.
outside
Except
of-
for maybe adding it to his Rasengan.
That's
No
another
other
thing.
wind abilities whatsoever.
We joked about that. We should just have just give Tamari's fan to Naruto, and then
Yeah,
boom, win.
Yeah, and I joked, like, go Yasuo on, like, make wind walls or something like that blocks things, you know? Go Yasuo on it, make tornadoes or something like that. Then you
What
got
it's like-
Sasuke, who we have no idea what Orochimaru exactly taught him. We know he has the snake summoning. Which apparently that's the only thing it looks like Orochimaru actually gave him. He also medicalized, juiced him up to be that immune to poisons thing.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no abilities that Sasuke could have learned from Orochimaru. He couldn't have learned Chidori stuff for him. He couldn't have learned all this other stuff for him. So basically, Orochimaru, like, he basically learned nothing that Orochimaru knew. No medical ninjutsu, nothing. He didn't learn anything. Sakura, on the other hand, has been shown several times not only to be able to do exactly what Tsunade can do, but even better than what Tsunade can do. So who's the real person that surpassed their teacher? Sakura, sorry. Because Sakura could do everything that Tsunade can do and could do it even better.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, actually. You know, it's funny when you mention about the Sasuke and Orochimaru. It could not be more distance besides the snake summon.
Yeah.
We don't even think he helped with his whole Sharingan thing. I mean, wasn't that the whole point? Was to get better at using the Sharingan? How did he exactly help with that?
He just boosts him up in
Guess what? We just
in
gave you
general.
drugs so you can become more powerful and whatnot.
Yeah.
There,
'Cause you-
there you go.
Yeah, and you could say, like, maybe, like, Sasuke unlocked powers that Orochimaru couldn't get. Did Sasuke learn Snake Sage Jutsu? No.
Kabuto did though.
But you know, on Sasuke's defense, in terms of like why go there if everything would be the same, when you think about it, Team 7 was just like chilling.
I guess that's supposed to be Naruto's thing, Sage Mode. I mean, I guess that's supposed to be his one thing that, other than the Biju, for some reason.
I know, but, like, the thing is that the idea is that these kids have surpassed their teachers, but they have surpassed them in raw power. And say for Sakura, Naruto and Sasuke have never really passed intellectually. They never really learned any new jutsus other than manipulating the ones that they already had.
I think, didn't we learn, like, way early that Sakura was already better than Tsunade when she cured Kabuto's poison?
Yeah,
like-
Kankuro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shio said she got that faster than Tsunade.
Yeah.
The slug
And-
master or
and to
whatever,
think of it-
slug
and-
princess.
Yeah, and think of it like this. Tsunade has all that knowledge now when she's like 50 or 60 years old.
53, I think.
Okay, whatever. The point still stands. Now, then you got Sakura, who has all that knowledge plus some, and she's only 16. Now
Maybe
imagine
17,
when she
who knows?
now imagine when she becomes Tsunade's age. How fucking powerful will she be then?
That's true.
Well,
But,
that'll be like 40 years from now. At least.
but what I'm saying about with Sasuke, like if he stayed with Team 7, they would have been like just, what mission we have today? I think we have to get a cat. That's it. Really?
Oh.
Or no beating up somebody, no training? Nah, just a cat. You know, but Orochimaru, all right, I found a village that everybody wants to kick your ass. Let's do it.
Here's
Yeah,
Here's
trade.
the sad reality. Here's a real sad reality. Sasuke actually learned more from Kakashi than he learned from Orochimaru.
Yeah, I know.
He did.
The
Yep,
only-
he learned the Chidori.
the only-
He learned the Lee speed by just
Now I know what people are gonna say.
thinking.
I know what people are gonna say. Well, we didn't actually see anything that Sasuke did because there was a 2-year gap and we didn't see anything. Okay, but you think he would have used what he learned from Orochimaru in battles, or used them to knowledge in battles, like
He taught,
just like
he taught Sasuke the Chidori spear.
yeah, just
Chidori
like
Kurenai or whatever.
just like what Orochimaru. It's just like use him in battles every now and then, at least once, to show off that he at least knows this. But he doesn't. There's no like until he actually shows that he's learned something from Orochimaru. I cannot sit here and say that he's learned anything from Orochimaru other than learning to become powerful, to gain more power, whether through
Just
enhancements.
get stronger.
Yeah,
Just get stronger. That's all you got. I mean, the Curseer, that's what pretty much Curseer did for him.
I'll even give you one. I'll even give one more thing. I'll even say that maybe Sasuke learned sword techniques from Orochimaru, because Orochimaru could use a sword.
I guess that's true.
So I'll even give you that one, though there's no direct thing saying that he did get those abilities from Orochimaru. I'm just gonna give that to him.
Funny how Sasuke became a
whim.
sword user.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, like, there's no techniques that Sasuke does that's even relatable to Orochimaru other than summoning snakes or using some kind of snake abilities. And again, he lost those abilities when he lost the curse seal.
I can't use snake arms now, or disappear
in
form of snakes.
You can't
what
do
happens to
those
those snakes when you disappear? I wonder.
You go only summon, but you can't do those, those Orochimaru style. Like, ooh, snake, come right in my arms. Yeah, can't do this anymore.
Their knowledge is
Isn't that
extremely
snake arm thing supposed to be a forbidden jutsu or something? It's like, because when Anko used it, that's forbidden or whatever, and you're using it.
I think he's supposed to tangle each other together and then explode it. And then because it's supposed to be a double suicide or something like that, a double homicide suicide thing.
Shit, I hate it when I get my swords twisted.
Right, Schwartz twisted.
So
I can't believe you fell for that. That's
so
the oldest trick in the book.
so it's pretty much if I'm going
evil will always win because good is dumb.
Because good is dumb. Use the Schwartz, but I lost the ring. I got that ring out of a cereal box.
Out of a Cracker Jack box.
Cracker Jack box. You've had the Schwartz inside you the whole time.
So yeah, I'm just saying that out of what these kids can do, there's nothing. They have shown no reason why they surpassed their former teachers. In raw power, yes, but when it comes to like knowledge of everything that their teachers knew, Sakura is the only one to ever really surpass. She could do everything that Tsunade do, and I mean everything that she could do, and has demonstrated that she could do better.
Here's how it works. The lowest you could go is Sasuke. The between is Naruto. I mean, Naruto did perfect his Sage. He can summon. He can summon nicely. He can summon. He's not a crazy toast Sage guy to summon, but he can still summon and he does it good.
Yeah.
He could do Rasengan, which Jiraiya had a hard time for himself, but Naruto did it in a week or less.
Yeah, it said it took 3 years to form the Rasengan. Naruto did it in a week.
Yeah,
and
Naruto could manipulate Rasengan into a different forms rather than just Rasengan itself. So
although he only forms it into Shuriken.
Yeah, Shuriken. I'm just saying. Well, he used to do Odama Rasengan.
Giant Rasengan. He could still. Yeah. I think he could still do those, but I mean.
No, he could do those. I'm just saying. The point is, he could do more than just Rasengan because Rasengan is.
What else can he do?
It's funny that the Sage Art is Sage Art double Rasengan when in reality he could just use double Rasengan anyway. What's the difference between Rasengan Barrage and just
Nature Chakra?
Rasengans.
Nature Chakra.
Nature Chakra. Nature Chakra and it's Nature Chakra and the whole idea is supposed to be stronger. So that's that.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
The point is Rasengan is base 1. He could go base 2, base 3. I think base 3 would be the max with all the elements, especially using the Bijus doing that for him.
Yeah.
So
just to correct James earlier, Jiraiya didn't actually teach Naruto the Sage.
He didn't teach him. I'm just saying he did surpass whatever he used to. Whatever.
I said James, not NaruSaku.
Okay. Semantics. He passed it through his frogs.
Yes. All right,
Yeah.
fine, whatever.
But
You didn't
Anyway.
actually teach him frog summoning either, unless you count teaching us, here, put your blood here.
Yeah, sign this contract and then start learning how to. Well, he did help Naruto walk on water, but that's just a technique known by everyone.
Yeah.
That wasn't even walking on water. All he did was release the 5-pronged seal that was like
Yeah.
interrupting his chakra flow from the because odds and evens can't go together. Really?
Oh, really?
But didn't Orochimaru mess that up?
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah,
Naruto
with the
had
5-pronged seal.
Yeah, that's the reason why Naruto had a horrible control of the chakra because of that whole
But
thing.
up to
Yeah,
that
'cause
point,
he
he
was
was
thrown
still kicking ass.
Yeah, because he was thrown in balance.
He
Yeah.
could still
Of the
summon a
5-pronged
shit
seal.
ton of clones, and he could still kick ass. He beat Kiba, despite the odds.
Yeah.
The 5-pronged seal. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, now you're more powerful than ever.
Pretty much, it's like I think it was the third chapter or fourth chapter. Or you could go with the episode. I think it's like the third episode of Attack on Titan. He's like, oh crap, I managed to do it for 5 seconds and I still messed it up. Oh wait a minute, your thing is broken. Do
I never thought it could be possible. Like, it's never happened before until today.
Yeah, pretty much you get the idea. Like, if you have a broken one and he managed to stay still, damn, that's pretty impressive. And then if you got the real one, then he pretty much in good control.
It's
So,
kind of
I
like
guess that's-
Bleach, where Ichigo up to this point, only using like a fraction of his power, somehow beats the most powerful being.
Yeah, you can say that too.
Beings on the planet. Oh, hey, we're just because you could destroy mountains at full power, but still only at half your power.
Yeah, I guess you could say like if you could manage to do so well with a broken up stuff, then I'm pretty sure you could do tons of better with fixed.
Yeah, it's hard.
Much better. Woo.
Well, we basically answered the next question anyway.
What's the next question?
Sakura or
you-
characters. If
Like, given that Sakura already knows everything that Tsunade does, do you think
Oh.
that she'll gain something more?
Jake
Possibly,
said yes last time.
I said it's still possible. I just don't know when. It's
we-
still possible.
What we
He
want her to
hopes,
get
but
is
he
Slug
doesn't.
Sage.
But he's not having his expectations high like certain other people.
Yeah. I go, there's what I want, and then there's what I expect. What I want is for her to have to have Slug Sage Jutsu. What I expect is nothing.
I expect whatever
Nothing.
her seal thing is.
And do you
to
know
be her
why
principal.
my expectations are so low? Not because I don't think anything could happen or something like that. No, because if I put my expectations so low that I expect nothing, that means when something does happen, I'm so happy. I'm wrong.
Because
Thank
this
you.
is
Somebody follow
Kishimoto too.
Somebody follow my so-called mojo as NaruSaku 246 say whatever his number is. Just keep saying my mojos keep telling me that if I follow this philosophy of expecting too low, predicting something that you sound like it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen because you just say, "Oh crap, you know what I was gonna do." You know what? I'll change my storyboard. So there you go. But
Yes.
me,
Hey, it's much better than a certain poster that tells me things that like make no sense or like is completely wrong. Like, oh, I don't know, like Sasuke has never lost a battle in this manga before.
Yeah, I remember that. You know,
The
what's
closest
weird?
thing to losing was the fact that Itachi basically owned him and then died on his own.
Yeah, Itachi died on his own because he wanted to get Orochimaru out of the sea. He was like, "Oh, finally you showed up. Now I can take you out, and now I can die."
Always technicalities and always facing off against opponents who have handicaps. Anyway,
Yeah, the only one that was normal, technically speaking, Deidara. Well, only because the whole elemental crap happened.
we win by ass balls.
Earth power. Earth power
Yes.
of clay because lightning, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to go to that. We're not even going to discuss
But
that,
the-
okay? Because
fine,
there's-
fine. His final fair battle, and technically speaking, it was against Danzo.
yeah. Let's.
Yeah,
I don't know
get
why he
that.
didn't just summon a refrigerator. I just don't know why he didn't summon a refrigerator. That'd be a lot easier than summoning a giant ass snake.
Nuke the fridge.
Oh God.
not only that, a 1940s refrigerator.
Oh God. He managed to fit inside. Perfectly nice. No, you expect any dent. No, it's perfect.
It's funny because Sasuke was seen in the blast radius, and somehow that
I
blast
could have
didn't
sworn.
reach him.
Was it the first explosion or was it this explosion? Wasn't his body disintegrating?
It was something like that. I know the light was shining all around him, and it was like, okay, well, he's inside that thing, so clearly he's not going to escape. Out of nowhere, Manda is now
Manga.
on the field, all somehow dead but alive, able to get off one
He's like,
final
you used a
speed.
shotgun on me. How could you, you son of a...
How do you even use it on him? He was inside his mouth. I had time to summon, I had time to confuse you, and then I had time to get inside your mouth without you swallowing me. Yep.
It's funny to see the chapter title. Sasuke's death. I wonder if anybody's trying to spoil themselves, they'll be like, oh shit, Sasuke dies. I gotta read this.
Wow. A lot of Sasuke things, and none of them actually result in what is said about them. Sasuke's Rinnegan. Nothing came of that.
Anyway.
What I'm saying, I forgot what I was saying about this whole Sasuke thing.
We're talking about Sakura getting new powers, really.
Oh, like I said, it's possible. I'm not gonna expect anything. It's possible though, because if I expect, it's not gonna happen anymore. So just hold up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the final question.
Well, I have one more question for myself, but you can go first.
Yeah. Well, the final question from Blue Star.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
If Sakura fought another member of the Akatsuki or an Edo Tensei, do you think haters and deluded fans would shut the fuck up?
Dang, you said it like that?
No, that's my own twist to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He said shut up a bit.
Depends.
Oh, shut up.
It depends. Like, for me, I see quality over quantity, because if you get a lot of fights and they all last a chapter or two, then it's okay. Especially, it needs to be impressive, not just visually, but everything around it. That's why I'm always going back to Sorcery, because it's like a 5-star fight. You got Sorcery, which I thought is still one of the better villains of the series. Where even if he come from like a bad background, but the point is still a villain the way he acted. The whole choreography of the fight, the whole strategies still being played, the whole underdog story of her, because she's really still a human, regardless if she got Tsunadi's power, but she's still human. And then you got this whole poison being in play. You got this whole storyline. I don't know. It felt like a great fight. So if she has another fight, it has to be on par, if not just be good. And it can't be like a rush thing. It can't be like 2 chapters.
I rushed you.
It cannot
Rushing.
be like it cannot be like, so you're that little girl that thinks that she could save everybody. Well, guess what? I'll fight you. Stab, stab, stab. She's down. She ass pull something. Next chapter, kick his ass. End. You know what I mean?
Ass kick.
Yeah.
It's
Boom, ass kick.
It's a bigger ass pull than Colonel Fury in Marvel, who like seems to die over and over again, but every single time it just so happens to be a life model decoy and not the real one.
Oh, wait, what? That's crazy.
In the Marvel universe, Colonel Fury like gets killed or dies or something, like he gets caught in something, an explosion, and to prevent him from actually dying, they keep saying it's a life model decoy. Like literally, they're these decoy robots that look, behave, act, and do everything just like Colonel Fury does.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it's actually become a nice little lampshade because, like Tony Stark actually blew one up, and Colonel Fury's like, "Damn it, Tony! You know how expensive those things are?" And Tony's like, basically Iron Man. He's like, "I'm sure you probably have a whole room full of them."
Because Tony Stark, I'm pretty sure they only cost $1 a piece. 1 million down the toilet is $1 to Tony Stark.
A quick off topic. Is this whole Deadpool and Spider-Man comic is recent or is kind of old now? Because I keep seeing that in Tumblr now.
What?
the Deadpool and Spider-Man comic. I don't know. I'm seeing them team up. There's one. It was Deadpool was like, you gotta be careful with this hitman, and he's a monkey. And Spider-Man just look at him like, you don't believe me? No, I do not. And then you just see a monkey with guns actually pop up and beat the shit out of Deadpool and Spider-Man. I was like, what the hell just happened? He's like, oh shit, Deadpool was telling the truth. And then,
actually, it's been something on for a couple of years now.
really,
They've been having these team ups lately. Like I remember, because I got actually one picture from one of the cartoons where they teamed up, and like Spider-Man's like, "Hey, Deadpool, be careful! There might be booby traps everywhere." And, and Deadpool's like, "You said traps."
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's Ultimate Spider-Man. So they had to. They had to change it. They changed it around. Make them not alive. Because I can't use the K word.
there was a cartoon. I'm not sure which cartoon.
Because it's Disney XD.
It's maybe it's that, but it was a cartoon. It was like I think they was explaining Deadpool origin, and somehow Spider-Man was in the origin. He's like, how I'm in this story. he's like, yes, I remember when I was a little baby. I forgot the exact dialogue, but you just see Deadpool with with the whole costume and everything on him as a baby, and you just see Spider-Man right next to him, like, how I'm in this story.
Why am I in this story? Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man.
There was
that
more,
episode.
There was more to it, but I forgot how it goes. I remember he said something weird, and Spider-Man was like, ew. I forgot. It was hilarious though.
Yeah,
oh,
you got stabbed in the back. Oh, I've got a healing factor.
But
don't die, do you? Nope.
but like back to the question. Yeah, it's like what it just says. I mean, you could add more fights, sure, but it has to be. Another thing about Naruto, these are none but boss fights. We're dealing with Shadow Colossus level. We're not dealing with we have a lot of enemies, bunch of random sub bosses, and then the boss. No, we're dealing with Shadow Colossus style. There is no bad guys. There is no tiny enemies. There's no sub bosses. It's just bosses.
Yeah, this is not like Frieza Saga where there's a Ginyu Force and they have to take out the Ginyu Force.
Well, actually, you gotta take out the Frieza henchmen. First, you gotta take out the Frieza henchmen, then the Ginyu Force. See?
Then the pig fat one and the weird like metrosexual green one that can turn into an ugly.
Yeah.
You take them out, and then the Ginyu Force gets brought in.
It's always funny how DBZ logic. After Frieza Saga, DBZ logic is always there's always.
It goes out the window. There is no logic.
But yeah, besides that, but there's always gonna be a stronger one after the next. It's like, oh, you're fighting those androids. Well, guess what? There are more androids, and they're stronger.
But that makes no sense in reality. Yeah, how can human robots be more powerful than the most powerful being in the universe?
And then all of a sudden you get your ass kicked by Android 17 and 18, and then you were like, oh, guess what? There's someone else powerful. His name is Cell. It's like, my God, how many routes are we going? And then Boo Saga. I mean, they already established Boo is strong. I give it that. But all these crazy new powers that come out of nowhere is crazy enough. The fact he could create a whirlpool through the hyperbolic time chamber is like, what the fuck?
And you got Majin Buu, who's apparently existed since time ever existed, maybe even longer.
Yeah. And then apparently Majin Buu could absorb people and become his, literally. So it's like, my God, why he didn't do that? I have no idea. I think Gotenks did the best in the comedy way, and it's just funny how he actually did it. He's like, oh my God, if only we have a Super Saiyan 3. Oh, Dad. Or no, actually it works this way. He was like, you know what? This is not working. I should go Super Saiyan 3, and then he did it. It's like, really? You
yeah, it's like, yeah, Gotenks just like lampshaded everything. Like, oh no, my power is everything. What the hell are you doing? What? I'm just trying to add drama.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh yeah, I haven't used my full power yet, guys. I've been saving it as a trump card.
Yeah, that one panel where he flies around the Earth like 20 times.
Just give me 5 minutes to charge up.
I'm just saying, like, it would have been funny if people in Naruto it'd be funny if people in Naruto universe would have done that. It'd be like, you see Naruto in this Biju mode right now, and then he's like, I can't get to Madara. Let me go to new Biju mode. Why you didn't do that earlier?
You never asked.
The
You never
Moonlight Plan is
asked.
happening. The Moonlight Plan is happening. This is Biju mode. It doesn't help. This will. It's like, why? It's like, oh.
Yeah, that even happens in American comics too, where like this, like in the previous comic, like how do I want to do this?
How do you want to do this, man?
I'm trying to think of a good example
Okay.
Example of what?
of like.
You want to answer the question, manga?
Oh,
reader?
okay. Let me put it this way: like you have the Flash, and you have the Flash, and you know how fast he can go, and he's the fastest man alive. He can go like billions of times faster than the speed of light.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's running, and he's running, and he's running, and he takes out this guy by going like faster than light, like just by punching him as hard as he can, going faster than light. Then he beats the enemy that way, and then the next issue, he gets clotheslined by the slowest man on Earth, and I'm like, what? How?
Wait,
Like,
wait,
Batman
what
just-
did he? Wait, what? Huh?
No,
Okay.
the joke is that okay, I can't give a direct example, but I know there's a couple of times where like you have a hero like the Flash and how broken he is, and then he'll run super fucking fast, like faster than light. There are a couple of times where he'll run like faster than the speed of light and punch people with the infinite mass punch and
That's-
kill them.
Deathstroke has stabbed the Flash a few times.
Yeah. And then like here you got Deathstroke, and he's nowhere near the powers of the Flash, and Flash can like dodge things, like dematerialize through other things by vibrating his molecules and stuff like that, and is most powerful because of the Speed Force. And then here comes like a regular human that just punches him out.
Well, Deathstroke isn't actually human per se. He's meta-human because he did experiments on himself. So
Okay,
he has
but he's not.
he has a healing factor and super strength and all
Okay,
that
but
shit.
he's no Flash.
Yes,
he can't
he-
run. He can't.
He's escaped
run.
Superman before.
Yeah, he can't run like the speed of light and stuff like that. But he's
You wanna
managed to
know how he
hit
did
Flash
it?
who can.
He hid under a bus.
Yeah, so you got this crap like that. Like,
But
did these heroes just forget that they can like see through things or move faster than light and stuff like that? Like, what happened?
Superman didn't know how to do math, so there you go.
He can't do
Oh,
math.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, I use super math.
Jelly-
Not even close.
Jelly beans or something like that.
Yeah.
Which explains how Lex Luthor was able to steal all those cakes. He miscounted.
I forgot what I was gonna say. This is all this
Yep.
comic.
Here's that bus scene, guys. Here's that bus scene.
Yeah. So,
Escaping Superman on a bus.
all right, but yeah. So even if Sakura was gonna get like another battle, like you would still have people complaining today about the exact same things. You would. You have missed opportunities, yes, but people will still be complaining today, no matter what. No matter what you do with her, give her anything, they'll still complain.
What does it even mean? I give you suck. Anyway.
It says
Oh,
slick.
slick. I'm sorry.
It just looks like suck.
I give you suck. I'm like, what? I give you
I'll
suck.
give you suck.
Okay,
You want suck? I'll give you suck. No, it's slick.
Okay, sorry. But,
It just looks, the L and the U make it look like.
sorry. But,
I'll
but,
give you suck.
yeah. But yeah, but what you just said, you're gonna transpire a whole new argument, an entirely new argument. You will not escape an argument whatsoever. You will get a new one every day. Every year, every rest of your life.
You could have Sakura punch out Madara right now,
You could have
and somebody will complain, no matter what.
You could have Sakura defeat Madara standalone, doing mid-berry crunch moment, and you still can't complain.
Yeah, they'll still
you'll keep
complain. Oh, that's
complaining about
bullshit.
that.
You made Naruto useless.
I'm surprised
Oh,
nobody.
man. Sakura's got to do much more and have a victory. Oh man, that's horrible. How did she even win that battle?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
come on, guys.
you know-
If you hate her for not doing something, why do you hate her when she does do something? What are you looking for exactly?
This whole bullshit that she doesn't do anything but heal people, and so Naruto's like, all right, I'm gonna heal him instead. Sakura, you go and attack. Oh bullshit! Now Naruto's making all that medical ninjutsu useless. You just said the medical ninjutsu was useless already.
Guess what? Bringing back eyes from antimatter makes you a healer.
Yeah.
God damn.
I'm surprised nobody caught on the joke because the more I really think about it, the more I think like if you're gonna do an ass pull, I think you gotta do the level of what South Park did because I think that was the clear definition of ass pull. If anybody remember that Midberry Crunch moment,
Midberry motherfucking Crunch.
he all of a sudden he became the prophecy.
He was from he was from the berry planet and collided with like a mid asteroid.
Yeah.
He became a mid-berry.
He's the one to save the world.
From Cthulhu.
Yeah, so he said,
Cthulhu.
all right, I will make Mary Crunch, but somehow he could start flying. He started flying.
Yo, you seem pretty heated up. Maybe you'll cool it down with some fresh mint, and then he just blasts it.
He saved his friends. He saved his friends, the world. He did everything, even mock his own sister, say, I have power, you bitch. Oh God. So if you could manage to go to that same level as that, I can't call anything an asshole anymore.
See, all of a sudden, everything makes sense now.
I understand everything clearly.
Midberry fucking Crunch.
That whole thing was the masterpiece of troll.
Oh man. So what was your question for life?
Okay, I have three. It's not a 3-part. It's actually just one. Now, for some reason, this chapter has make everybody say, "I changed my mind," or "Oops," or "I never said that." Who said that? Or "I knew it all this time." Whatever. Depends. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, I need to know what side are you on since the last chapter, and these are the three things. Which side you pretty much are in? You're in one. The fact that Kakashi said is pretty much establishing what the Sasuke fans been saying. Sakura still loves Sasuke and is stronger than ever. However, she's going through the developments of that whatever Kishimoto is planning to do at the very end. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something. 2, Kakashi pretty much said that Sakura moved on, and that's that. Or 3, Kakashi said Sakura has moved on, but Sakura has not realized it herself, and she still believes that she's in love with Sasuke, but time will tell that that's not the case. So, which side you want out of the 3 choices?
Who wants to answer first?
There's no answer. I'm asking the question. I just gave you 3 categories, and
3 categories.
Yeah.
No, I mean like what? Okay, so like, well, I mean like, who wants to answer what side they're on?
What people have been saying the majority so far?
No, never mind.
What side are?
What side are we on?
Yeah.
People on the show.
I'm asking you
people
now.
on the show. I thought. Oh, okay. No, well, okay. I thought you meant on the literal anime show. No, on this show. Okay, whatever.
Oh my God! Why do I invite you guys?
Because
God, and I thought I was a failure. Look at this.
Because you're lonely.
Well, I got this on recording.
Oh,
because
God.
you're lonely.
Shut up.
Why else?
That's not nice.
Oh man, that hurt. That cut deeper than any sword wound.
Oh God, just stab it, Chidori, through my heart. Why don't you? So to answer that one, I'm on B.
B.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
Why
thing
that,
is,
actually?
but
Come on,
the
B.
thing is that all this drama that you're still going through, it's gonna keep happening, and I tell you why. Because it's supposed to, and because it's supposed to conclude at the end. It's all stalling agents. It's all red herrings and stalling agents just to get to that ending. Because it's supposed to conclude during the Naruto versus Sasuke fight, but you have to show the transition between segments because the whole point is that you got to try to make it look like Sakura is at least going through some kind of change. Otherwise, just having Sakura go from loving Sasuke to loving Naruto without that middle transition is not going to make much sense, and people are going to call it an ass pull. So I might as
People
well.
already call it anyway, so
Yeah,
at
well,
this
people
point
already
it
call it
doesn't
anyway,
matter.
but at least that we could say now that it's just them not reading the manga or not reading facts and actually then them actually having a point and saying, well, there's nothing there to show that she changed. You know, so I think that's the difference. But that's my side. It's always a fighting struggle.
Okay.
Fighting struggle.
Manga reader?
I'll gotta go with what were the choices again? It's probably gonna be B, but I mean
A is
I
pretty
kinda-
much.
I
A is
blanked
pretty.
out.
A,
kind of.
A Kakashi is saying what Sasasaka has been saying, even though she's still going under development of whatever the case may be. B, Kakashi says she moved on, and that's how it is. Or C, Kakashi says she moved on. However, Sakura doesn't know that she has.
Dang, I'm kind of probably in between B and C because I mean it
Yeah.
doesn't seem it doesn't seem like she's 100% aware, or at least not to us. I mean, more or less, it's kind of like she probably has, but it hasn't become super apparent that she has because she's still kind of making his presence known or something within her inner circle or whatever. Like
That sounds dirty.
that sounds dirty. Oh man, she's totally like thinking
This is dirty.
kinky thoughts. Time for a threesome, guys.
Woo! Threesome!
That sounded so much better in my head.
Sasuke, protect me with your penis. Me too. The hell, man!
The hell? The hell? And then at the same time, I also think she knows she's moved on, but I don't know if we know for a fact that she's moved on.
Mhm.
Or in this case, certain fans knows that she's moved on. Or at least transitioning from moving on. It's taking a slow process, like James said.
Yeah.
Small transition to get there before.
So, if you're gonna choose one, what would it be?
I'll go with C, I guess. Just
Okay.
I mean, I think it's there, but with how many people are commenting about it, I'll just say that it's more like she's not aware, but it's probably at this point the case that she's moved on, but she isn't 100% aware of it.
It's
I'll
C
just say
becoming B.
that. C becoming B, yeah. C transitioning into B, which will then transition into the ending,
D.
which will transform into D.
I thought you was gonna say A. I'm like, what?
She wants the D. Give her the D. We've overcome from C to B to D. Naruto's D. Anyway,
Naruto's D.
Sunny D
What
light.
could that be? Is he a
Alright.
detective?
Well, okay. Here's the thoughts I have on these three choices.
I'm gonna go get a
Yes.
sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
Because a lot of people answer this question. Only one answer only one or two answer B. Everyone else answers C. So nobody answered A. At least I don't think somebody did. But when I look back at my own question, I'm thinking like, okay, how A is possible in many ways? Because if Kakashi words is what Sasasako believed to be, which is the whole fact, is her love has increased 10 million folds and stuff like that. So why this development that we just saw this chapter even happen? That should not even happen anymore. Nothing bad should happen with Sasasako anymore after Kakashi come out with that word. So you don't do that. You increase it. You don't increase it so high only to just drop so badly low with the whole Kakashi just say, oh, you're a great person because you still love Sasuke no matter what, and you still got disappointed by that. He doesn't give a shit about you. So I was wrong. So in a way, it makes Kakashi look stupid if he was to say that way. So I don't think A is the case at all, even though I made that question. Now, you could argue about the ambiguous of his words. Yes, I know I'm fully aware of the last podcast episode, but let me just get to the point at C. But first, let me go through B. With B, the reason why I find it to be tricky is because, okay, her words, even though what she did in 540, 635, and this recent chapter, with the whole idea of Sasuke being such a non-worthy, untrustworthy, and unreliable guy he is today, and probably always was, but that's another argument to discuss. Who's to say that this is about romance? What if it's just more of a team seven and more like be a team player?
That's what I think.
Yeah, like there's nothing really addressed that like, oh, Sasuke doesn't really
Well,
love me, and
if I could just add real quick, it's like there's what I discussed with some people is that why does it seem like there's no such thing as a middle ground with Sakura? She either has to be madly in love with Sakura, or she has
Sasuke.
to be madly in love with Sasuke, or she has to hate him with all of her existence. Like,
That's right.
why can't she just care about him as a friend or a teammate or some
You know,
platonic way?
the irony is people would like to call the manga sexist, but you only make it sexist if you keep thinking one way or another, or one way or the other way, and there's no middle ground, as you said. You made it sound like all female characters must think romance. That you're making that up. You're making that for yourself. Ishimura didn't even do that.
Yeah,
Hell, I would even go far for defend on Hinata. Her action wasn't smart, but the point is, it doesn't need to be romance all the time. It's just the fact that she just want to be in the same same level as Naruto. Not to say the power, because let's face it, nobody can be with Naruto. But the point is, it's the same idea of being the same level. I mean, if Kiba thinks it, that means Kiba loves Naruto. No, just the idea that you just want to be in the same level. Nobody want to be in the behind.
I don't know how it's even sexist when they agree that females aren't going to be doing too much in this manga to begin with. I mean, there's occasions where they will be brought up, like with Conan and Tsunade. But I mean, for the majority, they're not set up to be, and they already know that. I mean, it's like, what the heck, man? If you're gonna call it out, when the fact that you already admit it's not gonna happen, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, yeah. Here we have female character being the strongest of all time, but whatever.
Go read
Anyway.
some other manga then, if you don't like it. Go read some other manga. If you don't like it, then why do you keep reading the same thing?
because it's
over and over
Stockholm
again?
syndrome. Well, I gotten this far. I gotta finish it.
Or is it Einstein's definition of insanity?
No, that's doing the same thing and expecting different results. This is more of a Stockholm syndrome where you hate the person that's holding you captive, but when you have multiple chances just up and leave them, you don't want to. There's always some excuse to stay and keep going with it.
I'm in love with them.
So, yeah, I mean, like, again, I bring it up again. I hated Fruits Basket about halfway in, and I just stopped reading it. I only recently did I actually go back and just look up on Wikipedia what happens at the end, and I was like, that's bullshit.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, now back to the whole choice B. Again, it's hard to say what exactly is this build up to be? If we get a resolution that says like, oh, Sasuke is no longer a team player, that means this whole thing was never about romance. It was just about seeing Sasuke being a team player, being a Team 7 member. Is he cool with Team 7? And the answer will be no. So if that was the case, all this time that you once think it's all about romance is not really true. It's really about can Sasuke can recuperate with the entire Team 7 again. And the answer is no. I mean, you could be cool with them, but you can't be back with them. So I'm only saying if the resolution come to that conclusion. So if it goes with the romance thing, then that means it would be choice letter C.
And apparently Sakura could be platonic with Naruto, but you can never, ever, 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 ever be a possibility of her ever being platonic with Sasuke. It's impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it can't happen. It can't.
I mean, even this chapter, this was her much more focused on Team 7. I mean, why would she think about Team 7? Why not just think about, oh, I got Sasuke behind me looking my back, so now I just have to not disappoint her. I'll create a diversion. But no, it's about, oh, I'm right behind Team 7, and now we're finally coming back together. And not only that, I'm finally in the same level. So now I'm trying back up. No way. I'm going to create diversion. You know what I mean? So that was more of Team 7. Now, again, the reason why I'm having a difficult time with choice B and C, because if you want to argue the whole Kakashi words is ambiguous, this will go for C, because since Kakashi said it ambiguous. If you want to go with the idea of Kakashi saying in an ambiguous way, then if Sakura does still love Sasuke, then you could say that you could argue that Kishimoto did it on purpose in order to have the reader saying, what Kakashi mean about different feelings? And then you pretty much had to see where Sakura lands on that conclusion with her development on Sasuke. When that moment happened, like, I don't love Sasuke anymore, all this time, boom, that's what Kakashi really meant to say. You just didn't know because it was ambiguous for you. So therefore, you finally found the answer. Kind of like you saying like, oh, I just realized all the times I love Naruto. Oh, so that's what Yamato was about to tell Sakura. You know what I mean? So if you follow the ambiguous way, then choice C would be the best answer. And it seems like it could be the perfect one because like Kakashi's talking about different feelings. I mean, you can't really say you can't really say the term "I love you" means romantically. There's a reason why we start being more specific. Like I love you I love you as a brother. I love you as a good father. I love you like a man you never romantically date before. That's why we have to be specific.
Oh God, when you mean daddy, you don't mean throw me over my lap and spank me. You meant, oh my, I'm your father.
Don't you know? I am your father.
I'm just saying, that's why the Viz translation is still ambiguous to me more than, oh, this is complete Sasasako. I find that to be, I disagree with that because I find it more ambiguous than anything else. If Manga Panda and Manga Stream is the only one that's like, okay, this one's clearly saying her feelings is not even a romantic anymore. But if you go with Viz, you can still argue it's still not romantic feeling, but you're in the idea of, what does Kakashi mean? Are you trying to say she's not in love with him anymore? I gotta find out later. Because you gotta, huh?
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, he hates Viz. James does not like the Viz translations lately.
Well, but I know I'm not a fan of this translation as well. Though I gotta admit, it is a pretty fantastic, pretty spectacular to find out that everybody hate Viz, but when Viz come out of the translation, now they see it as a god. That's what happened at Tumblr. It's like, oh, okay, so now everybody sees Viz being the best thing ever. Okay, because of
I still say Manga Panda is the most accurate.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it most likely is, or actually it is. But my point is, it's still ambiguous to me because again, this whole "I love you" term, this whole line right there, is not as straightforward as it was before. Like when you hear "I love you," you always gonna think as romantically or love you is romantically. We come with a lot of we're becoming more specific with like I love you as a brother, I love you as a father, I love you as a good person. Even other manga start doing that now. Like I have a I have a character that says I love you, and then he's just say I love you and the entire company I work for. So it's like, oh, okay, never mind. It's not romantic love, unless you want to say he loves the company itself that he wanted to date it. But I digress. Then you got Star Wars Episode 3 having Obi-Wan telling this guy, I love you. Does he means homosexually, romantically? No, it's just the fact that the
You are my
bond is,
brother, Anakin. I loved you.
yeah.
You are like my father. No.
Well, he didn't say it like that. He was just saying.
I know.
But the point, but that's my point is, since Kakashi said, um, even if you love him, or you still love him, but a different way or a different feeling, that means you're in a different type of feeling. You're in a different level of feeling. I have to research this, and there is a lot of different feelings. There is even included siblings love. So who to say that he doesn't see him as a brother now? So if I'm gonna choose one,
And I'm gonna
maybe-
point. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sure. No, almost done. If I gotta choose one, barely B, but it's because I really came from Hinata. I know a lot
He
of people
came
still
from
think,
Hinata.
yeah, honestly, I know a lot of people still think the whole idea with the hand holding equal romantically love, even though I'm like one of the very few population that thinks hand holding equals equal level, equal not romantically. Like when people think like, oh my god, she's saying that she would stick by him forever. What's wrong with her? And it's like, I don't think that's what she really meant. What she really meant is just the fact that like, okay, Naruto is always gonna get stronger. I gotta get stronger too. Why? What's so hard to fight? See?
You're gonna get
I would-
stronger, Hinata? Yeah, I would love to see that
Well,
one.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Damn it. The point is, it's not romantic. And yet we know she loves the guy, but it doesn't have to be 24/7. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, apparently
You know what I want to happen
hand holding
out
is
of the
romantic, but hugging is not.
You
Yeah.
want to know what I want to happen out of the blue, just for everyone saying, "Oh, Hinata's never been. Hinata is one of the best characters because she's never like been all that hot shit for Sasuke or anything like all the other females in the entire damn manga." You know what I want to happen out of the blue for no particular reason?
What?
Sasuke and Hinata, just for the hell of it, just to get everyone pissed off.
I would love
Sounds
that.
like it wasn't a way to pissed off, but I do remember Shaman King was like a shocker. I was like, how the hell did this guy and this girl end up together? Forgot that guy's name. The
Yeah.
rival of the
It
main
happened in
character.
Gears of War Judgment.
Is it Ren? Or are you talking about the main character or the main rival, I guess, or
The
whatever?
main rival character.
Yeah, I think
Ren.
it's
Yeah,
Ren.
Ran with that girl, that leader of the group. I'm like, how the hell that happened? I remember saying that myself, like, what? How the hell that happened?
That happened in Gears of War Judgment too.
Yeah. Now
The
that
guy
no,
and the girl
no.
absolutely hated each other. They were like opposite on the battlefield, but literally and metaphorically, they absolutely hated each other. They were
Oh,
one step away from
yeah.
slitting each other's throats.
I know.
And at the end of the show, they end up being a couple. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, I remember that. No, not to be, not the fair, for the lack of a better word, fair. To be fair, it is one of those tropes of, your people argue each other, but give it time, it's gonna end up together. Told you.
Opposites attract.
Yeah, like I forgot. I think it was Nostalgia Gang. It's like slut gang. I love you.
Oh, I want to bring up something though.
Mhm.
Why? This is related to what you're talking about, but why do people think that Sakura's confession was a lie?
I have no
What do you think the number one reason is?
Look, the
Naruto's
only
sassiness.
the only live part, honestly, because
No,
of
no,
the
no,
way how
no, no.
they
I'm just questioning. Like, why do people say it was a lie?
Because of Naruto.
because Naruto says, "I hate people that lie to himself." Okay, so you basically, and then people say bullshit. It's all about 540. No, before the 540 came out, you all said it was a lie based on the fact that Naruto called it out to be a lie. That really was it. And I bring this up because, here's Kakashi saying something that is basically anti-Sasusaku, basically. And people are saying that, like, oh, Kakashi doesn't know what he's talking about. He hasn't been there. He hasn't seen everything. So how could he say, or, how could he know what Sakura is thinking? Going back, Sai asked Naruto if he liked Sakura. Again, Sai makes the claim that Naruto, he says, even I can tell that Naruto is in love with you. And again, oh, Sai's full of shit. He doesn't know anything. How can this guy know anything? But if Naruto calls Sakura a liar, all of a sudden he knows everything about Sakura, and what he says is the absolute truth. Like all of a sudden, what everybody else says is like is nothing. But like if Naruto says he's in love with Sakura, he's full of shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. If he says if he doesn't see Hinata in any other way other than a friend, he's full of shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But if he calls Sakura a liar, all of a sudden he knows everything about everything. He's 100% truthful, and he knows exactly what's going on.
I can mind read people now.
And not only that,
and yet there's that sociopath that I told you about, like, now for the past 5 weeks, that said that was the Narusaku closure, that chapter. That was where Naruto said that's where Naruto finally came to terms that Sakura will never love him, and that he moved on past her.
Oh,
that was apparently closure.
And also, I like the part where they say that Naruto knew that she was lying about Sakura being in love with him. But you notice that when she says I love you, Naruto, like Naruto was actually taken back in shock. He didn't actually call it a lie or anything. It's only after when she started mentioning Sasuke that he called it a lie. That he said anything was a lie.
Pretty much the lie part comes in as soon as Sakura says, "Let's forget about Sasuke."
Yeah.
Let's go back to the village and forget about Sasuke.
Look. It reflects the Kakashi comment, the idea that she can't leave him alone because this is her duty of saving him. Because she's a kind girl. So when you think about it, it kind of reinforced that Naruto is a really really caring guy for Sakura, because look, if if Sakura says let's forget about Sasuke and Naruto's like okay, then Naruto doesn't deserve to be with her, or doesn't need, or should not be with her, because that's Naruto being stupid. Actually, doesn't seem like a real love if you don't really know a person like that. But if you know a person like that and you see that, then and you react in a bad way, then you deserve a praise for it.
I'm just talking about the selective accepting what is truth, what comes out of a character's mouth. Like I'm basically saying that every character is true, but it doesn't apply to the things that people are actually applying to. Like whatever, like Sai actually said like Naruto basically confirms that he's in love with Sakura several times. He confirmed what his father asked, because his father thought they were boyfriend and girlfriend, more or less.
And that's just, we beat that one to death. I'm not even going to mention it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like, why is it that if it's anything pro Narusaku, like all of a sudden these characters have no idea what these guys are talking about? Like, these characters have no idea, no clue what Naruto really and Sakura really are as people. They just make assumptions based on nothing. But if it's pro SS or pro NH in any some way, it's all of a sudden they know exactly what they're talking about, and it's quote from truth. What? Fuck you!
Let's literally take Naruto's sentiment to Sakura about the whole lies thing seriously. But let's just forget the sentiment where Hinata said that she's being selfish.
Yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't literal selfishness.
Hinata's not selfish, really. Hinata thought she was being selfish. She even says, "I'm being selfish."
The funny thing is, I would come to the conclusion if they say it themselves. That's why I come to the conclusion that the Hinata action is just much different from the Sakura's recent action because she said it herself. I'm not assuming and ignoring one part. I've got the confirmation in my face.
She literally said that she's being selfish. Kind of like Naruto did say he's being selfish about his friends to Toby or whatever. Like
Yeah.
he was like proclaiming, "Oh yeah."
And going back to what Kakashi said about Sakura's feelings changes, gee, I remember something. I remember Sasusaku fans saying, like, for the longest of time that she was still in love with Sasuke purely ever since part one, that she has never once wavered from those feelings, that it was
Isn't it
pure love the whole entire journey up to this point.
Isn't it
Now
funny?
all of a sudden, when Kakashi makes mention of that, when she says she wants to be with Sasuke as her dream, and then he says, well, I guess those feelings have changed since then. Now all of a sudden they change their entire tune and say that, oh, well, before it was just a measly childhood crush, and now it really is true love. What? Didn't you just say it was true love before that?
Here's another thing. The wording suggests it's a different. The wording suggests everything about her changed rather than like, I mean, like it doesn't have the saying of like, it doesn't have the saying like, your feeling for him got stronger. Why not just say stronger? Because it's already in love. Sakura in the very beginning started off in a love section, the romantic love. That's like the highest you can go in terms of what kind of bond you want to go
You're
with
either in
this
love or
person.
you're not.
It's
Yeah,
weird how she
and-
was in love at such a young age. It's like what?
So why not
There's
just
no way.
so why not say your feelings from that time has gotten stronger?
No, that's literally that's what it really was down to. She just wanted his recognition. That wasn't like a whole "oh I love you" thing. It was he wanted her recognition. She wanted his Sasuke's recognition.
I'm just saying, look, if you follow
And then everyone sparked that into the whole like, "oh, I love him now" or whatever. But
Look.
the funny thing is with Shippuden, it wasn't till around 540 where anything even came up about her
Love for Sasuke.
love for Sasuke, or even a mention of a potential for, I guess, love or whatever.
And it was all,
Not
and it's
so
been
much
all
love.
been going downhill. It's just
Yeah.
negative,
Yeah.
negative, 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 negative. There's no reason why it has gotten stronger.
look,
Yeah.
this recent chapter messed up the idea of choice A for Kakashi from the last chapter, because again, it should not be negative anymore. Everything got to be positive, or anything got to be either stay still or positive from this point forward. So why the hell we get this negative moment? I don't know if it's because she doesn't realize her feeling has been changed in a while, and I guess she expected too much, or the idea is that this is all about the teamwork thing. It's all about Team Seven, and I feel like Sasuke is not connecting anymore. Which I forgot to say, which I put on hold before we got to the question. Now I'm gonna say it here. What are the chances that Sasuke? Okay, we know Sasuke is not an emotionless person. We know this now. I mean, somebody keep putting that panel of Itachi as an Ito getting hurt as an Ito, and Sasuke screaming like he's about to lose his brother again, and as a lively person, which he's not, because Itachi's dead already. So what makes a huge difference? He's not gonna die. You know what I mean? like the point is, he's not emotionless. He is a human being still, regardless if you hate him or not. The idea is he has emotions. He does care. And the only thing is,
Was that a
he just
stab
doesn't
at me?
care. Huh?
Yes.
Was that a stab
Stab.
at me?
Why
Regardless
not?
if you hate him or not? Was that a stab at me?
No, just anyone in general. Just anyone in
Maybe.
general. Maybe no, but just anyone in general. My point is that Sasuke is still, still a human person, a human being. So if he's still normal and he still doesn't care about Sakura, whatever the situation is going on with Team 7, then that means he's just not connecting anymore. That's just the way it is. You can't tell me there's still one white Zetsu inside of him, so therefore Sasuke is not in control of his emotion. No, that's bullshit. Because the fact that this is the real Sasuke. This is not a psychopath Sasuke. This is the most normal, tame Sasuke you could get. And
He's
He
still a
doesn't care.
jerk.
Yeah,
He's
he's still
still
a
an
jerk.
ass.
Now, my quick question would be is, what is to say if if he does care, just not with them, but he probably do care with his own team, Taka? Is it? I mean, think about it. It's the same day that he apologized to Karen. Again, apologize to Karen. Why not just say I don't care, or why not just say so be it? If you don't want to follow me, I don't need that. Now I'm just gonna go over there and just freaking end the war. You know what I mean? Why he has the courtesy to apologize?
Well,
Why he
Sasuke
has?
is a big hypocrite. I
It
don't
was a
need
weird
anybody. I'm a
story, though.
loner.
It
I
wasn't
can
like-
do everything by myself. Now
The
let me go
point
gather
is-
random people for a team.
He did say sorry, so yeah. But I mean, it wasn't like it was like. It didn't seem super genuine. It's just like, oh, I'm scared of you right now. Sorry.
But the point is, he had the courtesy to do so. Why not just do what 631? 631. Listen, I know I did a lot of crap, but guess what? I don't care. I'm just gonna
Because
be
he's still
here.
evil, I guess.
I don't care. I don't care what you think about me.
I don't think it's more of an evil thing. I just think he's just on his own. Period. I mean, it's
just
evil
want-
to the world, sure, but my point is, it's not like he's gonna be like, I'm so evil, I'm just gonna kill everybody, even my own team, if they ever get close. Boom, haha. My point is, if there's more care factor to Team Taka, I wonder if this is a way of Kishimoto saying, I think it's best for Sasuke to stay with his team and not Team 7. If he's not gonna connect Team 7, why bother?
Right. Well, this one seemed like the whole, like Kakashi said, destiny or whatever has brought
Yeah,
us
but-
together.
Yeah, but now Sasuke never agreed to it. He's like,
I'm just standing there. I don't care what you guys are talking about. Because I'm Sasuke Uchiha, and I can do whatever the hell I please.
I hate to say
thing-
it, but that wandering samurai thing is getting more and more likely outcome.
Yeah, but
Samurai? Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he
Yeah,
goes
and-
around with his group, and then
Yeah, with this new Team 7, that's what he's gonna just wander the countryside with them.
he's gonna become a vigilante.
pretty much. But I'm just saying, like,
You
yeah,
mean like Batman, and have his Bat family with him?
and
Who's
like,
Robin?
You do not insult Batman like that. You take that back.
You take that back, bitch.
and
I'll
and
get
you know how-
Superman here.
You mean Naruto?
Yeah, you know how Sasuke, when Kakashi asks, like, Sasuke, what is your goal now? He even bothered to answer them. If you ask me, that's pretty much telling you, if you don't
He
share
has
your
no
answer-
idea, or he just doesn't want to share with them.
No, yeah, but that's the problem. He's in Team 7 right now, and he's not sharing them. That's not good. It's like no communication. There's no like, okay, what's my dream right now? This is my dream. Because if you go back to part 1, everybody exposed their dream, even if it's evil, like Itachi one. I want to kill Itachi. I want to kill that fish. You know what I mean? But now in here, he's like, doesn't even bother. He doesn't question them back. He didn't even say anything. He just muted the whole thing to the point that Kakashi said, all right, fine. If you don't want to tell you the answer, that's okay. It's like, my God, you really didn't want to answer it. It's Team 7. You don't need, it's your team. It's your family. You share things.
You ate together. You bathed together. You share the same mental the same dental flaws.
and the fact that Kakashi said to himself, okay, you kill Itachi, you got your wish. I don't understand you. I can never understand you. It almost feels like last chapter was about Kakashi not understanding Sasuke. This chapter is about Sakura can really connects to Sasuke. I don't know if the next chapter does continue with Naruto this time. Then it goes to show you this whole thing is about Team 7 can't connect anymore.
Kakashi,
I'll
what's
be
your
interesting to see if Kakashi even participates or if he just keeps sitting there.
Sasuke? What's your
Oh yeah,
dream?
guys.
I need my-
I'm the Pokemon trainer. You're the Pokemon. I'm
Get back.
giving you commands.
Naruto, use body slam.
Naruto, you
Sasuke,
just
use
keep
flamethrower.
doing what you're doing. Whatever that is that you're doing, just solve your problems with
Sasuke,
attacking the
what's your
air.
purpose to being? What's your purpose to being Hokage? Yeah, and no lies. All right, I confess. It is my
Use
intention
rest.
to commandeer this entire village with my crew to raid, pillage, plunder, and otherwise pilfer my Weasley black guts out. We said no lies. I think he's telling the truth. If he was telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
I just, I got this from the recent video of Nostalgia Critic, but it's funny when he mentioned about like, when you get the unexpected, it's hilarious. Either good or bad, it's hilarious. It makes you laugh. And he showed a clip of a Venture Time episode because the guy was very shady, and then I forgot his name already, but he was being shady, and he's like, I'm not really this guy. He took it off. He become like some magic man. He's like, magic man. It's like way unexpected. You would have thought he would be something spooky, something vicious, but it completely tricked you. So I just imagine if Sasuke, it wasn't always the evil thing. It wasn't evil. It wasn't anything dark. It was just something very pleasant, very flowery, very calm, very nice. What if that was the case? We're like, oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I think we're losing connection.
Yeah. Mangareader decked out.
Yep.
That's the end of our show.
I have no more question than that.
I think we pretty much covered everything. We went a good 3 hours on this.
Yeah, I guess we could question each other one thing: will the Moon Knight plan happen?
Do you think we're gonna Road to Ninja kind of thing?
I don't know. I kind of find that hard to believe, but maybe it's. I think we could. I think we will. I think. What do you think?
You know, like, I have to say though that if the Moon Eye plan actually goes into fruition, and the idea is that Sakura or like wakes up and like Sasuke's being all nice to her and everything like that and stuff, and then she's like, "This isn't right," like she rejects it, and it's basically like, "This is not what I wanted." Like how amazing would that be to just like be like just kick Sasaki just in the nuts right then and there, and then she goes to go find Naruto.
I never understood how it works because a lot of people keep saying everybody got their own dream, so it's not under one roof. It's more of his world. He's a Hokage. This guy's world, he's the Hokage. You know what I mean? Instead of like, So I wonder whose dream we got. I think we got Naruto dream for the Hokage part. Fine. Sasuke somehow become lovey-dovey to Sakura. I guess that's hers. You know what I mean? Or is it like everybody's in one world, Matrix style, as you could say, the Matrix style. Everybody's in under one world. It's just whatever they are, that's what they get.
I don't know. The way Obito talked about it was that he could grant anybody's wishes.
Yeah, but the way how Madara explained to Obito back in the flashback, it sounds like under one roof. It's just as long as you ask Obito or Madara, can I be Hokage? Sure. And he probably grants you that wish.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like, under one roof, but we'll see.
Maybe it could be either or. Yeah.
We'll see though. I do wonder though, because like it feels like the panel with Gaara leaving Rock Lee tells you like, well, they're not gonna be part of here anymore because this whole moment is gonna be Team 7's for this point forward. But then we're getting Moon Knight plan. It's like there's no purpose of leaving behind. You know what I mean? Instead of like, shit, we got dodge these rocks. Which is all you could do is just, well, why have Gaara leave? You pretty much confirmed that Gaara and Rock Lee are not going to participate in this fight anymore.
It crashed on me for some reason. It's like, what? And then I got a notice saying crashed, and then a list of like stuff. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. So.
I was like, why am I talking to myself? Oh, snap! It froze.
we're just talking about what we think the infinite Tsukiyomi is going to be.
That happened real fast.
that and will it happen at all?
I'm pretty sure it'll happen, but
okay, but will it happen to everyone, or will it happen just to most of them? And Team 7 are the only one that just escaped, just barely from it.
The last page makes it out like Team 7 might just be able to ignore the effects at least.
How? By not looking up.
Yeah. Ignore. Or maybe not the last page, but the second to last page or something. It said, like, how will Naruto and whatever
Second last
counter...
page. Second last page suggests Naruto something.
Yeah. Next time the nightmare begins.
Yeah, but we don't know. But we don't know if he's gonna counter it or he's gonna be like, "Well, I tried." So it's either or.
I just thought of a terrible scene.
Go.
What?
It's a scene where you see Hinata and she's just standing there, and then Naruto comes up and starts to kiss her, and they start to have like sex on the ground, and she's like, "Oh, Naruto," and then it cuts to real life, and she's just sitting there touching herself on the ground.
Oh God!
And I just look at her like, "The hell."
Don't the tree needs to come out anyway in order to put everybody in a cocoon?
You wanted his tree to come out.
That's another thing that we discussed. It's awfully Matrix-like now.
Yeah.
The first Matrix was perfect.
Naruto, you take the blue pill. You
No.
wake up, the fantasy is over. Go back to your normal life. You take the red pill, and I'll show you how far the rabbit hole goes.
What Neo really said? Shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
But yeah.
But I kind of expect the next chapter to have a lot of people reaction because you need
Genjutsu abilities. Boom! There you go.
Because I expect everybody has to have the reaction in order to create a drama. But like, oh my God, we're gonna die. This is it. Hold hands. I don't wanna die. We'll probably finally get to see the alliance. Maybe. What's the progress on them? And yeah. Well, I could be wrong. Who knows?
Sasuke.
I think
I will destroy you.
No, Sasuke, this is mine. I'm gonna punch him out.
I'll be back.
It's funny we had to count on Sasuke to save the world. Well, not save the world. But
We're fucked.
Why can't Sasuke just absorb this Genjutsu?
Then it would be his world, and then we're really screwed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, what I mean is, why can't he absorb the Genjutsu on his own, or at least in his version, or whatever?
Sasuke's running around the whole village just bellowing, "Come on, every pony, smile, 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 fill my heart up with sunshine, sunshine."
If Sasuke were to do the Moon Eye plan, everybody would have been the Uchihas, and nobody can question any about it. We all have Sharingan.
The Uchiha rule Konoha.
You just see Hashirama pushing that giant spinning cartwheel. It's like, I'm being slayed.
Did we ever learn why the Uchiha weren't there when Kurama attacked? Was that like literally ever explained?
They just assumed that was their fault. Oh my God, there was a Kurama attack. Don't blame those Uchihas. That's the only thing we got. Blame those Uchihas.
Because I mean, they were no one was around. The only people were Itachi and Sasuke, and they were like at home.
Well, the way how it's suggested, it seems like what's his name? Kurama only attacked like the main central of Konoha rather than anywhere else. That's what. Because otherwise, why the hell Itachi and Sasuke would be just are the only one that's chill, and Kurama managed to miss.
Yeah.
Like, I attack Uchiha clan and I miss Itachi. Ooh, I missed. So pretty much he only attacked. I guess you could say, in New York wise, Itachi was all the way in 86th Street, and Kurama was attacking Times Square.
Oh, what's that off in the distance? I can't tell. Oh well, laser light show. Oh yeah, they must be having a party over in Konoha. But we probably should get to that in our absolute discussion of absolute randomness or absurdities, obscurities, absurdities, and absolute plot holes.
Yeah.
We discuss it right now.
Well, we're gonna end the podcast first, and then we're gonna go to that.
Okay.
It's because we're gonna open that up as the end blog.
So yeah, basically, if it's not Sakura's Genjutsu abilities finally getting revealed or whatever, then somehow Naruto just destroys all types of logic, saying, "Oh, I can't be affected by this, so I'm gonna go around."
I can't be affected by this.
For some reason, I'm now thinking of Digimon Adventure 2, where it was like everyone was caught in their dream world except for Davis because he was already living his dream out, and it's like, oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Wow.
So then he goes and saves everyone else of his team, and then they end up fighting with their dream spirit or whatever.
Frog Blast of Vancouver.
Can Naruto even but then again, I think it all disappeared, didn't it? The whole Kunomo chakra.
Kurma's inside of him though, but
yeah, no, I'm talking about everybody else.
Oh, well, yeah, everyone else's Kurma chakra left. But
yeah,
he can do it mentally if he wanted to.
Can he do it mentally?
Well, yeah, that's basically with the healing thing. It was like, why are you starting? No, he was doing it mentally, said. It's like, he just couldn't.
Yeah, but they were connected with the chakra before. But now there's no chakra connection, so now
we don't know.
I don't know.
He'll just go around waking everyone up with his newly found Genjutsu powers.
Perhaps.
Granted to him by the Sage of Six Paths. Guess what? You're Genjutsu immune.
We'll see.
So is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. Got enough coverage.
That's it for the chapter, I guess.
I guess we reached the end then. So,
I guess still close out and then start up the...
Yeah.
All right.
For this week's podcast, I'm James S. Cassidy.
I'm Mangareader.
Fortnite.
Saying keep calm and beat down NaruSaku.
Yep. Put those nails in that coffin. That's buried.
Use that duct tape.